Jake.
Hi.
Welcome to the Orange Playlist.
Thanks.
It's fantastic having you here.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
You are a singer of one of the most successful bands in the UK at the minute, and certainly one of the most flamboyant we've ever seen over here. But you didn't grow up here. You grew up in Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona and the Northwest, up in Seattle as well. I was in Arizona until I was 8, but then I moved to an island north of Seattle called San Juan Island. It's pretty isolated. There's about 4,000, 5,000 people there at the time in the summertime, and in the winter it would go down to about 3,000 people. So it was really small.
As a small boy, what sort of music do you remember being around? What was the first music?
MC Hammer was really big, and Paula Abdul, and you know, bands like Color Me Bad. I remember Mr. Roboto by Styx was maybe one of the first songs I remember going crazy for as a little kid.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, domo, domo.
What sort of a little boy were you?
I was really hammy. By the time I was like 12, like there was a really pivotal moment for me when B-52's Cosmic Thing came out. And at the same time that D-Light's World Click came out.
Won't you listen to what the DJ's spinning?
I would put on World Click and dance through the house and just twirl around and act like a big queen. I would sing those songs all the time. I was just obsessed with them. That was definitely like a big moment for me when those records came out.
What were your school days like, Jake?
I was into movies and books. That was like my thing. I just read like crazy, and I was definitely into those things more than I was even music. I was definitely quite an outsider. And I went to this private Christian junior high. There was only like 20 kids in my class.
Wow.
So it was really small. And that was a time of a big musical awakening for me. I started smoking pot heavily, and I was a big stoner for up until a few years ago. I couldn't deal without it. Like I really had a hard time without it. But it was also, for many years, it was a music thing for me. Like I loved getting stoned and by myself and listening to my stereo. I remember I would just get really baked and open my window and sit in a windowsill and listen to Aphex Twin.
When did you first know that you preferred boys to girls?
I think really early on. I dug out all these old videotapes of me. Like, I would just play around with the video camera. But I went back and looked at these videos of me, and they're really funny. But I pulled my mom down to the basement where I was watching them, and I was like, watch this and tell me that you didn't know. I was really flaming as a kid. Yeah, you could just tell. I think you can tell when they're gay kids. I was definitely a gay kid. I just remember my mom and I were, like, doing our hair in the bathroom, getting ready to go see a Michael Crawford show. And I told her that I was gay.
When did you first come out, then?
When I was 15, that's the year that I started, like, being gay. I came out at school. Kids started asking me if I was gay, and I said, yeah. And it was an intense year.
I bet it was.
It was really, really intense. Horribly. I remember I'd get spit on and, like, just pushed around, and kids would, like, chase after me and follow me and, like, yell stuff. But, yeah, the reaction was really bad. It was really a frightening, intense year.
What was your relationship like with your mum and dad?
I think I was into a lot of stuff that they didn't even get, really. I saw Labyrinth when I was 8 years old, and it starred Bowie, of course. I found out he was a singer, and I really wanted, I liked the songs in the movie, so I wanted to get a Bowie record. So the first rock and roll album I ever got was Let's Dance, and I just became obsessed with it.
I want to take you to your past track now.
Oh, yeah.
What have you gone for?
It was a really, really hard decision, and you know, there's just like there's so much. But I picked "Fantastic Voyage" by Bowie, which is the first song off of Lodger. When I was growing up on the island, we had to take a ferry from the island to the mainland, which is like a 2-hour ride. So this is when I was 8 years old, listening to the Walkman and reading books. And I just remember listening to Fantastic Voyage over and over and over again. And it blew my mind as a kid.
We're learning to live with somebody's depression. And I don't want to live with somebody's depression. We'll get by, I suppose. It's a very modern world.
It was the music that made me listen. Like, I just couldn't stop listening to it. And I still go back to those records.
Have you ever met him?
No, and I never want to.
Shush, why?
I never, ever, ever want to. I just don't, I have no desire at all to meet him. He came to a show of ours once in New York, and I almost threw up afterwards when I found out. I was really unhappy. I was really upset when I found out he came to a show. He sent me an email, too, after that. A really kind of cryptic, short little email that said, like, oh, you know, the show sounded great. You know, David, DB.